I grew up with no money at all. I had one pair of shoes and a shirt, Billie Eilish has recalled of her childhood in Highland Park, Los Angeles. Born in December 2001, she was raised in an unconventional, homeschooled family of artists. Her parents, Maggie and Patrick, are actors and musicians who poured whatever spare cash they had into creative projects rather than conventional luxuries. In that bohemian household, young Billie and her brother Finneas tried everything: horse riding, dance, choir, acting, and were encouraged to pursue whatever excited them. From age 11, Billie was already writing songs, showing a mature, dark imagination even as a child. Those eclectic early influences, everything from Disney musicals to the rap and alternative music Billie discovered on her own, would blend into her own style. In interviews, she has cited artists like Tyler, the creator Odd Future, and rappers like Earl Sweatshirt and Brockhampton, alongside chanteuses like Lana Del Rey and Amy Winehouse. Even the Beatles and Frank Sinatra were on her radar as a kid. It was a childhood steeped in art and music, but lived on a shoestring budget. This strange combination set the stage for the unique artist she would become. By her early teens, Billie and Finneas were inseparable creative partners. Finneas O'Connell, who was 4 years older, had started writing and producing songs for his band. One of those songs, an atmospheric ballad called Ocean Eyes, wouldn't become the Slightly's next single. Instead, Finneas thought it was perfect for his little sister's voice. He taught it to Billie, and at age 13, she learned to sing its haunting melody. Together, in 2015, they quietly made a demo in his bedroom studio. They uploaded Ocean Eyes to SoundCloud on a whim, just for fun, as they later said, and watched it explode. Within days, the song had gone viral among online listeners. Finneas came to me with Ocean Eyes, which he had originally written for his band, Billie told Teen Vogue. He thought it would sound really good in my voice. He taught me the song and we sang it, and I loved it. The icy synths and Billie's pure vocals struck a chord. In 2016, she signed with Interscope Darkroom Records, and Ocean Eyes was re-released commercially. Suddenly, the bedroom producers were national news. Late 2016 brought more singles, and in early 2017, Billie made her live debut at SXSW. That August, she put out her first EP, Don't Smile at Me. Each song hinted at her signature style: moody moodiness, whispered vocals, and lyrics that felt like diary entries. Radio picked up tracks from the EP, and she began touring small clubs, her bedroom-grown sound reaching a bigger audience. In 2019, at 17 years old, Billie Eilish released her first full-length album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? The single Bad Guy, a mischievous pop track built on a handclap beat, became her breakthrough smash. It shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. With its blend of trap beats, whispered vocals, and edgy lyrics about anxiety and defiance, the album set the tone for a new kind of pop star. The world took notice. At the 2020 Grammy Awards, Billie made history. She became the youngest artist ever to sweep the 4 top categories: Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year. Her colleagues and fans were stunned. A teenager in baggy clothes, so far from the usual pop star look, had dominated music's biggest night. She won 5 Grammys in total that year, including Song and Record for Bad Guy, and Album of the Year for Where You Go. She also scored a second #1 single with Everything I Wanted, which later won Record of the Year. Worldwide, she embarked on sold-out tours. In April 2019, she headlined Coachella in California, and went on to play 66 shows across 4 continents that year. Stadiums and arenas were soon too small. Fans clamored to attend her concerts. At each show, teenagers threw green hair dye and cyberpunk attire at the stage, a symbol of their fandom. Behind that global fame was the quiet world of songwriting with Finneas. The siblings' creative process remained rooted in the bedroom. Finneas has said, "My special skill is being able to write and record songs with Billie. If I am picking between that and other stuff on my plate, I'll pick making the album every time." Together, they might record Billie's vocals sitting cross-legged on the bed, as Finneas pushes record buttons on his laptop. Often, they used only basic tools. For example, Ocean Eyes was produced entirely with stock sounds in GarageBand, and Billie's vocals were tracked on an affordable E2020 microphone. Yet the results were anything but simple. Every unfinished dinner in the fridge, every creaking floorboard or tick of the clock could become a rhythmic idea for a song. Over the years, they've developed a routine. "We started making music when I was about 13, Billie told Fresh Air in 2023, reflecting that her voice and ideas have changed as she's grown. She described feeling like an alien at times, since she hasn't existed in the world, apart from her music career for 6 years. But within their studio, she's at home. Many songs are written in bursts, Finneas may strum a chord progression on guitar or piano. Billie improvises a melody, and together they layer on 808s, vocal harmonies, and eerie soundscapes. When one of them has a gut feeling, whether it's a lyric or a vocal riff, they chase it relentlessly until it works. The pair's closeness extends beyond music. Because she was homeschooled and touring, Billie lost touch with most childhood friends. Her fan base became her surrogate peer group. As she explained, having thousands of teenage fans who were also teenagers felt comforting. We were all the same age. In a way, she grew up with her listeners. This deep bond often shows in their work. She and Finneas write about insecurity, heartbreak, and self-doubt in a way that resonates exactly with the young audience who helped raise her career. Billie Eilish's public image is as distinctive as her music. She has always rejected the usual pop star archetype. From 2018 onward, she favored oversized, baggy streetwear and even painfully baggy gowns, a deliberate move to avoid ever being sexualized in performance. In 2019, she debuted neon green hair, cementing her unconventional look. As the Hermiston Herald notes, her acid green hair and baggy, gender-fluid style became iconic among Gen Z. Fans saw it as a message of body positivity and self-acceptance. "I never realized that I was expected to do anything," she told Vogue. "Nobody told me that, so I did what I wanted." Music critics and fans often comment that Billie's persona is the opposite of a pop princess. In the New York Times, John Pareles wrote that Eilish doesn't play innocent or ingratiating or flirtatious or perky or cute. Instead, she's sullen, depressive, death-haunted, sly, analytical, and confrontational, all delivered in a whisper. It's an image of honest darkness that spoke powerfully to her generation. In Vogue's words, "She has no squad like Taylor Swift, no Tiffany rings like Ariana Grande, and when she swept the 2020 Grammys, she showed up dressed for a rave, while others wore ball gowns." Another bold statement of her individuality. Beyond style, Billie has used her platform to shape culture. She speaks openly about mental health and self-acceptance, encouraging fans to embrace their flaws. Her mother Maggie noted that young fans struggling with depression often turn to Billie for comfort. "These are girls for whom Billie is their lifeline," she said. Billie herself admits she suffers from frequent anxiety and even Tourette's syndrome. In 2022 on Letterman's show, she laughed off her tics, saying, "I actually really love answering questions about it. I am incredibly confused by it." She explained that when she's focused on performing or doing something she loves, the tics almost disappear. Her candor about Tourette's and her insistence on wearing whatever she wants have made her a symbol of authenticity. As a cultural influencer, Billie also champions causes important to Gen Z. She has been vocal about climate change, performing in eco-friendly tours, supporting climate marches, and even co-producing a climate documentary. In 2023, she closed her merchandise store on Earth Day and urged fans to donate to environmental charities instead. Through all this, she retains a rebellious flair, once joking that people call her a rule breaker for refusing to follow the usual celebrity playbook. In public appearances and social media, she often sends the message, "Be true to yourself, no matter the expectation." Billie's unusual path has been paved with record-breaking milestones. Beyond the Grammys we've mentioned, she's continued to make history. In 2021, she co-wrote No Time to Die, the theme for the James Bond film, which won the Academy Award for Best Original Song. In 2023, she and Finneas co-wrote What Was I Made For Barbie. This wistful ballad earned them an Oscar, a Golden Globe, and the Grammy for Song of the Year. She's the youngest person to win 2 Oscars, and the first artist born in the 2000s to win any. She's also dominated the charts and streams. As Britannica notes, her second album, Happier Than Ever, 2021, was full of confessional hits and topped the charts, and she became the most streamed artist on Spotify. Each new release seems to break records. By 2025, Billie has sold over 45 million singles worldwide, and every song she's put out has racked up hundreds of millions of streams. Her world tours have repeatedly sold out. The 2019 WWAFA DWGO tour spanned 66 shows, and her 2022 Happier Than Ever tour played stadiums. With each album release, she adds more gold and platinum certifications around the globe. But Billie's journey hasn't been without challenges. Internet fame can be harsh. She has admitted she often felt too afraid to go out in public for years, overwhelmed by anxiety. Stormzy, interviewing her on his show, noted that she can't avoid seeing every hateful comment online. "I felt like a failure a lot in my life," she confessed, acknowledging that some days the mean voices in comments make her doubt herself. Instead of hiding, Billie tries to keep it real. She occasionally posts about her struggles and emphasizes to fans that feeling insecure is normal. she's also faced controversies. In 2019, the video for All the Good Girls Go to Hell, in which Billie portrays a burning fallen angel, drew outrage from some religious critics. But media outlets like The Guardian pointed out that the imagery was really a metaphor for climate change, not devil worship. More seriously, in early 2021, an old home video went viral of a young Billie mouthing a racial slur. She immediately apologized, writing that, "I am appalled and embarrassed. I want to barf that I ever mouthed along to that word," explaining she didn't understand its meaning at the time. Fans largely appreciated her sincerity. On tour, there have been scary incidents too. In December 2024, during a performance in Arizona, a fan hurled an object on stage and it struck Billie's face. Video from the crowd shows her briefly startled, but she calmly finished the song. The next day, as LA Times reported, fans decried the attack as stigmatized, and Billie herself gave a fierce glare at the audience. A silent but clear message that it wasn't acceptable. In a separate 2024 tragedy, 2 teenage fans were killed in a car crash on their way to an Eilish concert. Billie publicly offered her condolences and sent so much love to the families, calling it so heartbreaking. Rather than retreating, she dedicated part of her shows to the memory of those fans, uniting her community in grief and support. Through controversies and fame, Billie has largely handled things by owning up and moving forward. She once told Vanity Fair that, "There's a lot in fame that's fucking gross and horrible," but added, "I'm very grateful for it. I'm very lucky." Over time, she's become more confident in herself. In late 2023, she said she's finally coming more out of my shell, learning to have fun despite the pressures. In interviews, when trolls or critics attack, she often responds with humor or turns it into a song lyric. Today, Billie Eilish continues to evolve. In July 2024, she dropped her 3rd album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, which explores more mature themes of love and rebellion. Every track from that album has already logged hundreds of millions of streams, and the album itself earned 7 Grammy nominations in 2025, a testament to how her art still resonates. She's ventured into film soundtracks and earned the respect of Hollywood. Still only 23 years old, she has begun experimenting with new sounds and visuals. Her 2024 world tour featured immersive lighting and dancers, showing an expanding artistic vision. Through it all, one thing stays constant: the voice that fans fell for. In interviews, Billie often reflects on how surreal her life is. She has said, "Sometimes I hang out with people and they're like, 'You want to do this together?' And I'm like, 'I've never done that.'" As she puts it, for much of her teens, she just didn't know what was going to happen each day. Now she's learning along with her generation. Whether she's in the studio with Finneas, advocating for climate action, or surprising fans with a new hair color, Billie Eilish is charting her own course. From that homespun Ocean Eyes demo to winning Oscars and inspiring millions, Billie's journey is a story of fearless creativity. She rewrote the pop star rulebook by staying true to herself, one statement at a time. For young fans and aspiring musicians, her career is a vivid lesson. Embrace your oddities, make your art with honesty, and the world will listen. And with Billie Eilish, the story is far from over. The next chapter, like her latest refrains, remains uniquely her own.